This is Andi Purewal for Boxing News. I'm joined by Dave Allen here in Birmingham. Dave, it's good to see you. How are you doing?
Very well, thank you.
I'm glad to hear it. Before we come on to yourself, I know I'm blinding you there. I'm trying to give you a bit of a suntan, to be fair, Dave. You obviously got Pat Brown, campmate behind us, returning to the ring. 2 fights in 3 weeks. But what are you expecting to see from your campmate come Saturday night?
Down here we've got Pat on, Conor Walker defends the British title, so I'm lucky enough to get to come down, put the stool in, wash the gum shield. Best seat in the house, you know.
Pat must be giving you stick for that whilst you're doing the dirty work for him.
Yeah, you know, I love boxing, me, and to be part of that corner team, Jamie and Nigel, probably, you know, one of the biggest, most well-known training teams in the country. Just to be involved, I'm an aspiring coach myself, watching and learning. Best seat in the house, watching. With good friends fighting, no better place to be. So yeah, Pat obviously, at this stage of his career, we hope he'll come through all these fights with flying colours. But Conor Walker's in a real fight, so we're looking forward to it.
One thing I've always known Jamie for, and when you teamed up with him, is he's always had a very good synergy and energy in the gym. Everybody's always got on. What is it like now, and how would you compare it from your past experiences when maybe you was a bit in and out of the gym, but you had the likes of your Cole Framptons and what have you?
Yeah, it's a different thing now for me personally, because when I went, I was one of the youngest in the gym. Martin Murray, a fucking real bloke, wasn't he? Do you know what I mean? Same with Frampton. You know, you had Fielding, Chantel Cameron, loads of top class fighters older than me, so I was a bit quieter. You know, you respect. I've never been a quiet guy really. But out of respect, you're quiet, you get on with your training. But obviously now I'm the eldest statesman in the gym, probably the eldest in there. You know, you got me and Jack Cattrall doing well at the minute. Obviously Cattrall fucking top class, but we're both doing well. And the eldest, Akib Fiaz, Pat, Conor Walker, British champion. We've got the Hamed brothers. So it's just a mix. We're all fucking mad, really. You know, apart from Jack Cattrall, we're all fucking bonkers. So, but it's good to have Jack leading the way. You know, and the rest of us, we have a good crowd, but we have to train out, obviously.
Just with yourself, Dave, obviously a bit of time's passed since that victory against Johnny Fisher. A lot of talk about you being in the mix for a lot of fights. How exciting of a chapter is this in your career now? When you look back on all of those tough fights you took on short notice, it now seems to be you're getting the just rewards.
Yeah, I've been boxing 17 years, you know, and I made a little bit of money when I boxed Brown and Price and that, but not enough to like. Nowhere near enough to like have any kind of stability after boxing. I was going to go straight into work, and these last 2 Fisher fights and whatever's next, finally after 17 years having some hard fights, I'm getting some rewards for it. You know, I'm not a millionaire, but I'm finally starting to now like get the rewards out of it. And there's some big fights coming up. You know, I mean, you know, a fight I got mentioned the other day, a huge fight, and I thought, fucking hell, so there's a few things on the table, and we have to be sensible and pick the best one for me.
I'm going to start throwing a few out there, which I spoke to Eddie about earlier, and you mentioned something being on the table. When you say thrown out there, was there talks about that fight? Or
we've been asked if we're interested in a certain fight, but it's bigger than I would have ever dreamt of having.
So to go a bit further, Eddie said the same thing to me. He said you had some top 5 contenders in the heavyweight division. Have their kind of names in the hat for a potential fight with yourself. I threw out there 2 obvious names because obviously you got Usyk Dubois, who have a fight coming up, so that's not going to be the equation. Leaves Aji Kabayel and Joseph Parker, both men waiting for a fight. A little smirk there, would you say?
There's a few fights. Obviously, the British title is a possibility. That was always a dream. But the other day, my name was asked if he was interested in to fight a top 5 guy. So obviously we are interested. Look at this point in my career now. If I can fight for a real big like a title, real title, and make a hell of a lot of money, I'm all for it. And I will always reach for the highest I can reach. And people say you're not good enough, and maybe it'll outprove to be the case, but I will fucking have a go. So that's what it's all about. I've always had a go. People always say, oh, you shouldn't be doing that. You shouldn't be doing this. It's finished. It's done. I know what I'm capable of, and I can give anyone a fight. Whether I can beat anybody is a different question, but when I'm fit and in shape and doing it and boxing well, I can hang with anybody. I really believe I can hang with anybody. Whether I can beat them is a different question, but I'd love to find out.
How difficult of a decision do you feel like you have then? Because Eddie also mentioned you kind of have a route to go down. You can go down that British route, fight Jamie TKV for that. Alternatively, you can maybe take on one of those big names. What?
I would take the big names all day for the biggest money. Yeah, I've got kids at home. I've got shit to do, and I just want to. When it's all said and done, I want everyone to say he boxed everybody. He did this, he did that. And if I train, have a good camp, really prepare, I can give anybody a fight. Definitely can. I know for a fact I can.
Over the last couple of weeks, Deontay Wilder's name's been mentioned as well. Is that something which there's still ongoing talks, or is it somewhat died down?
You know what? We're in dreamland. All these names, it's dreamland. It really is. So I'm not calling anybody out or saying that I'm worthy of these fights. I don't believe I am. I don't think I deserve these fights. But the insane support, picking up this WBA title, giving me a world ranking, I ain't going to turn them down. People might say I'm not deserving, and I might agree with them. But if you're going to ask me to box any of them guys, fucking right I'm going to. And I'll fucking give it my best.
You seem very excited, Dave.
Yeah, I'm happy. You know, I've been back in the gym since the Fisher fight. Put a bit of weight on like I always do. That's what I do. I'm a greedy bastard. You know that about me. So I'm buzzing. Yeah, I'm buzzing. Yeah, if I get a 12-week camp to box anybody, I will give anybody a fight. So whoever it may be, we're having it.
What do you think's changed in that mentality then, Dave? Do you feel like since you've become a father then, that's what's made you think, oh, I need more now, I need to set them up?
You know what, I can't do, if you ask me to do something for me, I'm not really bothered. Like, I'm happy with nothing. But I'm not happy for my kids to have nothing. So, yeah, I just want them to have the best of everything. That's all I want. So, training hard. We don't know how good Johnny Fisher is, so I'm not sure what the level is between Fisher and even British title level, never mind beyond, but for the right amount of money, you will fucking find out.
Last one from me, Dave. Usyk Dubois 2, your pick and your opinion, please.
I think Dubois will win. I think Usyk, he can't be getting any better. In the last 3 years, Usyk will not have got any better. If any, he can only be in physical decline. Dubois is getting better all the time. So for that, I'll go for Dubois.
Dave, I appreciate your time as always. I look forward to an announcement soon. Thank you.
You'll get one very soon. Big fight soon.